Good morning, rise and shine, my friends. Today is Thursday, May 9th, and this is Wake Up with KERA News. I'm Katherine Hobbs. Thank you so much for starting your morning with me. Temperatures are going to reach the low 80s today, and we can expect rain and thunderstorms through this afternoon and even through the evening. Hail and high winds are possible, so please be careful out there. I recently reignited my childhood love for soccer at an Austin FC game. And now, before you yell at me for not being an FC Dallas fan, I am more than happy to add Dallas's new upcoming Women's Soccer League to my top teams list. As of a council meeting yesterday, it was decided that one of 8 new professional women's soccer leagues will call Dallas's Cotton Bowl home later this year. They'll start training at the South Dallas facility in August. Now, the team's name hasn't been announced yet, but I will be grabbing a jersey the day they are available. Yesterday, Texas House Speaker Dave Phelan released his priorities for the next legislative session starting in January. His list included a broad range of policy issues, everything from housing prices to the closure of rural pregnancy centers to revisiting some contentious legislative debates from foreign ownership of Texas's agricultural land to determining whether the state has sufficient resources at the border. Despite the Beaumont Republicans list, it's still unclear whether he'll be a member of the House body by then. In a petition filed yesterday, the Texas Civil Rights Project alleged that the Texas Department of Criminal Justice keeps inmates housed in higher security units in their cells much longer than the 10-year expiration date. They also allege that conditions are unsanitary, that the floors are covered in raw sewage, pests and flooding, and other health risks. They also say some inmates remain in their cells from 20 to 24 hours a day. They're coordinating a class action lawsuit for nearly 500 Texas inmates. The Biden administration is expanding healthcare coverage to immigrants enrolled in the program known as DACA. KERA's immigration reporter, Stella Chavez, joins us to explain what this means.
So, Stella, what exactly did the Biden administration do, and exactly who does this affect?
So late last week, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services finalized a regulation that allows those who currently have what's known as DACA status to sign up for health care through the Affordable Care Act. So that means they can sign up through the health insurance marketplace or for the basic health program. Now, it's estimated that about 100,000 undocumented immigrants are DACA recipients and uninsured.
So who qualifies for DACA or who's considered a DACA recipient?
DACA recipients are those who came to the U.S. as undocumented children. They maybe came with a parent or another family member, and they had to be under the age of 31 as of June 15th, 2012, which that was the year the program was implemented under the Obama administration. They also must have lived continuously in the U.S. since June 15th, 2007. They also have to be enrolled in school or have graduated, and they can't have a felony conviction. Now, there are a few other requirements which are explained on UCIS's DACA page. The program, as I mentioned, was created under the Obama administration, and it essentially offers temporary protection from deportation and gives work authorization for 2 years to those who qualify.
I'm curious, what's been the reaction to this news so far? Are people generally happy about it?
Yes, DACA recipients and their supporters definitely are glad that this has happened. I spoke to Antonio Arellano. He's with Next Gen America, which bills itself as the largest youth vote organization. He talked about what this means for those who are eligible to sign up for health benefits.
This is going to be life-changing for people. The undocumented community often has to make the difficult decision of seeking healthcare or paying their rent or making ends meet because of how inaccessible and unaffordable healthcare coverage is in America.
Is there anything that this new rule doesn't cover?
There is. It doesn't allow DACA recipients to enroll in Medicaid or the Children's Health Insurance Program, known as CHIP. That was initially part of the plan or proposal, but many Republicans have scoffed at that idea, and it remains to be seen if that will ultimately happen.
And I understand there are still some unresolved issues for DACA recipients?
Yes, while Arellano and others say they're happy about this latest regulation, DACA was never meant to be a permanent fix for those who are enrolled in the program. And they would like to see a more permanent resolution for all of the people who are here undocumented. Here's Arellano again.
We want to recognize that while the ACA announcement is a cause for celebration, it is crucial to recognize that it's just one piece of the puzzle. President Biden and Vice President Harris must continue to advocate for comprehensive immigration reform that includes a pathway to citizenship for dreamers.
Stella, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you, Justin.
That was KERA's Justin Martin and Stella Chavez. Earlier this week, the Boy Scouts of America announced it'll be changing its name to Scouting America after 114 years. The change comes in an attempt to be more inclusive, according to President Roger Crone, who says they want the youth to feel welcome. The new name change will take effect in February. Sperm whales are a really chatty bunch. They spend so much of their lives searching the ocean's depth for food, so they rely on verbal communication with their tight-knit pods. Now, these whales aren't singing the same way humpbacks do. Instead, they're using clicks that sound kind of like Morse code and popcorn popping. A new study from MIT shows that these whales have a rich and complicated linguistic culture. They use sound patterns kind of like our alphabet that combine in a myriad of ways to form meaning. Personally, I'm hoping this means that the machine learning the researchers are using can spit out an English to whale dictionary by 2030, but I am not holding my breath on that one. Y'all, do not throw away your shot to see a production of Hamilton at the Winsphere Opera House now through June 9th. The musical follows the story of the founding father right up to his ultimate demise. For more info and events, check out kera.org/calendar. Thank you so much for starting your day with me today. I'm so glad you take a few minutes to listen each morning. Be sure to subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA newsletter at keranews.org and check us out on Instagram and Threads at KERATX. I'm Catherine Hobbs. We'll chat again tomorrow.